Hi, and welcome to PDQ-PD. Normally I try to keep these PDQ-PDs to around 5 minutes, but today we're going to be talking about something that might require a moment or two longer because it can get a little complex. Today's topic is Chrome apps and extensions. And first I'd like to start out by giving you the difference in terms of a definition of an app and an extension. So in Google Chrome, a Google Chrome extension modifies and enhances the functionality of the Chrome browser. And that is, it does something to connect to the Chrome browser that gives it a little bit more functionality than it would have by just the browser in itself. And I'll give you an example in a moment. Now an app, and we're probably more familiar with apps, apps are standalone programs, much like a software program, that work within your browser. So the difference is really an extension takes something from your Chrome browser and does something with it. An app will take you somewhere else and gives you information from that other place. So let me give you an example. First I'm going to show you an extension I have on my browser called Pocket, and I like the Pocket extension quite a bit. So I have here an article, and what the Pocket extension does is it saves information from your Chrome browser for you to use later. So it's a great content curation source. So I have an article here. I've searched for it. Maybe I found it on Twitter or something, and I want to save this for later use. The Pocket extension allows me to do that with one click. And you see the extensions are all up here. The little icons for all the extensions I have are up here. And this particular one is the Pocket extension. I'm going to click on this, and you will see that it says page saved, and it gives me the option to open Pocket or remove the page. And that's all it is. It's just that little bit of information there that attaches onto my Chrome browser. Now, I'm going to show you an app, which is a little bit different. And all my apps are here in the upper left. It may be different depending on what version you have and what your theme is and that sort of thing. I'm going to go into apps, and you see a lot of the apps I have here. And I'm going to go to Khan Academy, which most of us are familiar with Khan Academy. When I click on that, it's a little program of its own that takes you to Khan Academy, the information in Khan Academy. So that's an app and an extension. So fortunately, it's really pretty easy, and you really don't even have to know the difference between an app and an extension to be able to use them. You can find apps and extensions either through your personal, professional learning networks. Maybe you're on Twitter and people share information all the time about great apps and extensions. You may find an article yourself that have some extensions. Word of mouth, talk to the people in your buildings. Maybe they're using a great extension or an app. When you get a title of one that you want to take a look at, the next step is, how do I get the app or extension onto my Chrome browser? Again, pretty simple process. Go here to the apps in the upper left, and you see the very first one that I have here is called the Web Store. I'm going to click on the Web Store, and it's going to take me to the Chrome Web Store. And these are apps and extensions that connect to the Chrome browser. You see a search window here in the upper left. I'm going to take a look at the Pocket app that I mentioned. So I'm just going to type in the name of the app or extension, and you see at this point I really don't even have to know what I'm looking for. I click on it, and you see the very first hit I have here is under apps, and there's a Pocket app, and there's a Pocket extension. Now I have the Pocket, and you can see there's a little green banner here that says I've added both of these. That means I have both of the Pocket app and extension on my Chrome browser. So the extension takes the information when I have it up in Chrome. You saw the article. Takes that information and saves it. The app takes me to the Pocket app where all of those articles are saved, and then I can access them and sort them and that sort of thing. So that really gives you kind of a clear difference between an app and an extension. And really that's all there is to it. Once you find one that you like, you very simply, let me find one here that will work for me. Let's just stick to, I can always take this off later. This looks like a game, Pocket Legends. I'm going to click on the blue Add it to Chrome button. It asks me if I'm sure. Add the app. And you see it pops up in my app window as Pocket Legends, and it shows that the app's there. And then later, if I want to take it off, I right-click on it, remove it from Chrome. Want to make sure, and I remove it. So that's how you add an app or an extension. It's really that easy to add them onto your Chrome browser. So let me show you once again, just to kind of reinforce where they are. All of my extensions, the small icons, show up here next to my Omnibox. If I go to the settings window, the little hamburger here, and I scroll down to more tools, I can go to the extensions, and it will show all of the extensions that I have loaded. And allows me to manage them. Now you see that some of them I have used and I didn't like them, but rather than delete them, I just clicked off of the enable box and they don't show up anymore. They don't show up in my extensions icons. So they're still there, and if I want to turn them back on, it's as simple as that. And then again, for my apps, I click on the apps in the upper left, and it will show me the apps. This is on the first page, and then down here, these three little dashes. There's a second page of apps and a third page of apps, and those are my apps. And it's really that simple to add them to your Chrome browser. That gives you an overview of apps and extensions. Thank you for watching today, and have a great day.